So, yesterday, November 6th, 2023. So it was Monday. Yesterday was a Monday. I called my father at 9:04 p.m. and it took a while for him to pick up. And I really could hear him saying, "What?" He said, "What's going on? What's happening?" I said, I said, "I'm okay." What I mean is, by means my health and everything. And I brought up about court because I had informed my father on October 10th, 2023 about court. So my father, I haven't called my father for how long? Because his birthday was what, September 28th of 2023. And I have been really, busy with my college. So he knows that I'm a full-time college student, right? And he knows that I go to court, and he knows the situation that's happening here with the apartment, right? I'm not supposed to be in this apartment. That is correct. And also my mom, she passed away from COVID on January 29, 2020, 2022. That's a Saturday at 8:45 p.m. So my father said, "Did you find a place?" Anjo, did you find a place? Raises his voice. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Um, September 2023, me and my father had discussed about rent. So he said to me how much I have. I said I have $7,000. So he gave me some money, and some of the money that I got from school I saved. So my father told me, he said to me that I'm gonna be, what's gonna happen? He said to me, what's gonna happen after the money runs out? Once I move, how are you gonna, how are you gonna get, how are you gonna keep continuing paying for the place, right? But then again, there was a previous conversation that we had when he discussed about the 500. So my father is, receiving my mom's pension because she passed away, right? So he said to me he's gonna give me $500 per month, right? Starting that September of 2000, was it August? Around that time, he said he received the stuff. He said he got the card, and then all of a sudden he's changing his response. Now he's not talking much about the pension and the 500. And then he mentioned that his bank account froze, and I had to give him $100. Well, October 10th, 2023, I gave him $100. But anyway, something is quite off with my father. When I spoke to him over the phone, because as I said, I had discussed about the money, right, the $7,000, and he said, yeah, you go to court. Yeah, the longer you stay there, the more you have time, right? The more you have time, because he knows that, as I said, he knows that I'm a full time college student, and not only that, I would have more time to actually pay for it. What he means is more time where I can actually afford to keep paying for a room, right? Since I have $7,000, and also be able to finish my college. Because he knows that he said to me again on the phone, it was in a different time. He said, "Oh, since you want to do college, you do college." Because he mentioned about work, because college is working out for me. Before I went to college, I've been applying for jobs for how many years? June 2012 all the way till what, August 2019, and I have no success with it when it comes to getting a job. And my mom is thinking there's something wrong with my brain, or I don't know how to talk to people, knowing that I did talk to people, and everybody keep referring me to the internet. You know, it's ridiculous. But anyway, my father talks about me, saying, just keep repeating the same words. You need a place. 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 What happens to if they throw you? No. He didn't say what happened. He said you're gonna be homeless. You're gonna be on the streets. You're gonna be in a shelter. You wanna be in a shelter? You keep rambling. So I'm like saying to myself, this is not like my father. the way he communicates with me is like my mom, when she was living in Florida. I have videos of my mom, exhibiting this behavior where she continues to ramble on. She's in a psycho state. Like, for example, on January 2018, my mom came from Bravo, a supermarket. Was it Walmart? I believe it was Walmart or Bravo. And she sat in a bed, and then all of a sudden she stares at me, and then starts rambling on and on and on, over and over and over. Maybe for over an hour, she kept doing it without giving her mouth a break. So my sister was staring at my mother and saying, "What's wrong? What's wrong with you?" And then, my sister usually don't intervene. She usually, you know, supports my mom in arguing with me. To know that my sister noticing that her mom is in a psycho state because she told me mom is acting like a psychopath. My sister stepped in and said to my mother something's wrong with her, and my mother started personally attacking her and bringing up personal stuff about my sister. I'm gonna be vague because I don't want to really talk about it. It's personal. It is, but she started talking personal stuff about my sister, and my sister didn't like it. So my sister locked herself in the bathroom and started crying because the information that my mom had said at that time it's most likely it's about her past. It's about my sister's past. It just keeps repeating it over and over, and talking about how my sister behaved. She's really giving out. She's very descriptive with the way she talks about my sister's behavior and her mind. And then my mom gets back to me as soon as my sister locks herself in the bathroom. She gets back to me. He starts talking about me being autistic. I must be retarded. My father must have gave me some alcohol, or just kept personally attacking me. There's people who's retarded who's able to get a job. So the way she spoke, January of 2018, when I compare it to my father from November 6, 2023, corresponds with one another. They both show their behavior. There's a strong correlation between the way they think and the way they communicate with me. So my father, right, yesterday started talking about me being retarded. He just changes the subject, right? So this communication now also corresponds with the way my mom had spoke to me back in June 20th or 20th of June, going on to or the 21st of June of 2021. Remember, I had created a video about my mom, right? Where me and my mom and sister were supposed to be waiting at a bus stop, and my mom said, "Why didn't you bring an umbrella?" And I couldn't find. I went back to get the umbrella. I couldn't find it, and I said, "Hey, mom, what happened to the umbrella?" All of a sudden, she changes the subject of the conversation. It went from umbrella to talking about having all of my personal belongings out in the streets. She doesn't mention anything, to my adult sister about herself being on the streets with her personal belongings. Only me. Her response is directed at me. She's telling me that I'm gonna have all of my personal belongings in the street, and I'm gonna be looking so stupid while people passing by, and I wouldn't know what to do. And she repeats it again, that I'm gonna be looking so stupid on the streets with all of my personal belongings. I'm like, what does the umbrella have to do with my personal belongings on the street? What are you talking about? So I'm wondering what my mom is talking about. She just repeats. She goes on a loop. She goes on a loop like she's malfunctioning. Like her mind is malfunctioning. That's how to put it, right? And these are the type of this behavior and this mentality that my mom is exhibiting at the time. You don't find that in a psychology textbook, right? I don't find that in a psychology textbook at all. And also it's also social engineering, because she's talking about me being on the streets and people passing by me, and I'll be looking stupid. I'm taking a sociology course, right? As you can see here, I'm taking a sociology course. I'm taking different courses. And not only that, I'm a busy. You can look at my grades. You see how busy I am. Busy college student trying to keep up with it. I'm taking a sociology course, and I don't really see that in a sociology textbook about humiliating a person and saying that they're gonna be looking stupid in the streets, and showing she shows strong interest in me wanting to be on the streets. So I had talked about dreams, right? When I was a kid, around 8 or 9 years old, I would have these repeating dreams about being on the streets, and people are passing by me, and I didn't know what to do. I would have these dreams over and over again, and as I get older, when I was 20, when I was 19 years old, going on to 21 and 22, I would also start having these dreams again. Once again, these dreams started appearing again. Me being on the streets and not knowing what to do. So when um, when my father talked about me, being homeless and being retarded, he brought up about me. I'm talking about yesterday, so I'm just, what I do is show, I'm talking about how it corresponds, the way my father and my mother speaks, to me, and as a civilized human being, I'm a civilized human being, and my father and my mother's, my mom is, she passed away from COVID, January 29, 2020. 22. But I'm just saying how it corresponds. So he brings these he's making personal remarks towards me, right? Calling me retarded. I'm losing trust in my father now because he's supposed to be socially supporting me, because he said to me that he's gonna once I move, he's gonna be there. He said that the family can't help me, only he can help me, and he's gonna be there to help me move all of my personal belongings, because he knows that there's, my testicle is swollen, and I have health issues, physical health issues. And he's talking like a completely different person, not like my father. He's talking like a stranger, you know, like he just met me. The way he talks, like he just met me, and you're like, wait, why are you calling me for? He's telling me, he's asking me, what's your purpose of calling me for? The way he's talking to me is like, is exactly like one of the social anxiety members on socialanxiety.com when he interrogated me. When I gave him context about the way I'm situated, he interrogated me. And also the concept about AI. He said, "What is your purpose of talking? About these things? Like I'm not a human being. I'm a human being. He's a human being. He's a human being, and he said that he been working at a job for 12 years, and he lives in a place where he can sit down and do his recording. He's living. He's able to bank. He have income. He had experienced income before. I never did. That's why when you look at my YouTube, you can see here I said I never had a job, partner, or income before. And I had graduated a IEP diploma, because everybody keep thinking that there's something wrong with my brain. They're crazy. They always keep making attacks about my brain. Like saying, making insults about my intelligence. Like my mom, she's not only making insults about my intelligence, she's saying that I need to receive electroshock therapy because something's wrong with my brain. They keep making personal attacks about my brain, and it's not just about personal attacks about my brain. I keep having these headaches that last for days. When I go to sleep, all of a sudden I just get a headache and I hear a whole bunch of static sounds in my ears. This is not healthy to experience this type of treatment. To know that that my father's exhibiting psychopathic behavior and he talks like a psycho. That's how I had to say it. It makes me it makes me lose trust in him as a human being. And he brought up about what he brought up about friends. Do you have any friends? He's asking me if I have any friends. And then he's saying, what's the word? What's the word again? What's the word? You act like a mute. I'm like, a mute? A mute? And this is an online terminology. My father's in his going on his late 60s. I'm like, mute. I think he's trying to, refer to me as not being antisocial or something, Yeah, that's what he's referring to. He's saying I'm a mute, because he's saying that, do you talk to anyone? Do what does that have to do with anything? Do you have any friends to support, help you? And you're supposed to be help. He said to me that he said to me that he was going to help me. He said, "Oh, keep me updated." And I'm keeping him updated, and he's talking to me like there's something completely wrong with me for just talking about this situation, right? And I'm saying that I'm a busy. I said I'm a busy college student, and he said, "Oh, forget about the college," because that's just like my mom when she was in the hospital. She said, "Forget about the college," and everybody else in the family forget about the college. They're not. You know what? My family's not even impressed that I even graduate with a college with a associate's degree in psychology. They're unimpressed. They still believe that I'm autistic. They still believe that I don't have no life skills. They think really less of me as a human being because someone is making them, their artificial mind filters out anything that is positive about me and replaces the positive thoughts with negative thoughts about me. So they can actually hallucinate about me being, having this image of me not having any social skills or the intelligence or the or how can I put it, or the skills that I need to help me get through life. They think that I need some sort of you know like some sort of caretaker or something. They're talking to me like I'm mentally challenged, and that's the same treatment that I received when I was a kid in school by my teachers. They think really less of me, as a human being. So when I actually look at them speaking to me directly in my face like this, I'm saying to me that they're psycho. And then my sister, texted me, was it last year? When she was living with them, she said, something's wrong with their behavior. You are right. Something's wrong with their fucking behavior. She started cursing. And then she calls me. This is unlike my sister. She usually don't text me or call me. She keeps to herself. And she starts calling me, these people, Joan, she's a fucking bitch. Something's wrong with her fucking behavior. I can't take this fucking shit. I wish mom never died. She talks like that. I'm like, whoa, this is definitely not like my sister. My sister never, tell me exactly how her experience. She never talks about her experience. She keeps them to herself. She is really that bad, right? She noticed that the way her cousin behaved, who's in her late 60s, she behaved like a psycho. That is psychopathic behavior. She noticed there's something wrong. She said, you are right. I'm not being, it's not about me being right or wrong. It's that the fact that they're speaking to me like they know me, like they're like, how can I put it, as if they're omnipotent, like they're the ones who govern my life, and they want to tell me exactly how I should live and how I should like, for by means they're telling me how I should be on SSI, which is $500 per month, in an expensive city called New York City, where the rent here is 1,800 per month, or that's how high it is, and the room is $1,000 per month. That wouldn't be able to pay for my it would be impossible to make a living in New York City. I wouldn't be able to afford living at all. I would be in the streets for life. And that's why one of my subscribers say, yeah, if you end up in that, you'll be end up in SSI, you'll be in poverty for the rest of your life. You wouldn't be able to afford anything. Oh look, oh my gosh, you must be being punished. And just like my mom also says that to me. You must be being punished. But anyway, when I November 6, 2023, the Monday, as I said, when I spoke to my father, he brought up two irrelevant things in the conversation that has nothing to do with a place. What is me being retarded and then me having friends to help have to do with what he had originally said? He's changing up he's changing up. He completely changed the subject of the conversation. And he said to me, "Forget about the school. Forget about the school." So I'm gonna forget, and I'm gonna show you the progress that I made here. So I'm gonna forget about college, right? And you see the progress here. So I'm gonna have to forget about this then. I had to forget about this. 100% credits. And it used to be like 70 credits, and this one used to be 80 something credits. I mean 87% for requirements. So I had to forget about the progress that I made here and lose out on my classes, lose out on my degree, so I can end up in a situation where I had to, I know I had to move from this apartment, but the point here is what I'm gonna do after that, after I move. How am I gonna be able to live? The way he was questioning me March of 2022, March 9, 2022, when he asked me this question, and I had talked about it on a separate video. He said to me, he called me on I think he called me on the phone. Yeah, he called me on the phone, or either I called him on the phone, and he said to me, "Do you have any food?" I said, "Yes." "Do you have any money to pay for this place?" I said, "What? What do you?" I said, "Of course, I wouldn't have no money to pay for this place because I've been going to community college before 4-year college. I've been going to community college for almost 3 years. And the reason why was because of the remedial classes, because people think I'm not capable of speaking. They think I can't articulate myself, and that's how the program makes people think about me. But anyway, he said to me, my father said to me, if I have any money to pay for this place, the apartment that I'm currently living in. Now, even my sister, work at different jobs, and she wasn't able to afford this place. But anyway, she can't even afford this place. She said that it would be no way. She would be in the same predicament as me right now, right? They would, tell her that she have to move out or find a different place. And my sister been trying to find a place for how many months? For months. She's been trying to find a place for since she was able to save up. She said, hey, I'm finding a place. She's been doing it for months until she met up with one of her, a staff member at her school who helped her find a place for her through people, and they gave her a discount. Right? She makes $14.95 per hour. That's really bad, in New York City. You won't be able to afford living on your own. But since that's my sister and she knows people, they gave her a special discount. Now, and she said that my sister said that she have her own place to herself. So you don't need to worry about living with people, right? Living in the same room as people. But then again, she's living in the someone's basement. Well, she still have to worry about people. But anyway, my father, right? He's talking quite off, and he kept repeating the same words. You need a place. You need a place. He kept after the talk. After I questioned him about what do you mean by that I'm a mute, he kept repeating, "You need a place." He ignores what he said, right? And just like my mom on June 20th, or June 20th or June 21st of 2021, she completely ignored what I was asking her, and just kept dwelling, becoming fixated. That's one of the psycho behaviors that I noticed, right? So that's when the people behave that way, not just my mom and my father or anyone. That's when I realized there's something, there's an anomaly with with the way they communicate with me, right? That's an anomaly. They're supposed to be responsive, and they're unresponsive. And being responsive is part of human communication skills. And they're so busy personally attacking my communication skills and saying that there's something wrong with my social skills, that they're not concentrating on themselves. They're not self-aware of what they're doing at that time. My father seemed offended when I talk about college. Like, he's telling me to forget about college. That's what I was talking about, right? Forget about what the progress that I made, and to drop these classes that the government are paying for me. They're paying over how much? Over $6,000 for my classes, and I'm being told to forget about college. And I'm supposed to finish what college? I'm supposed to finish the semester. What, the 21st of December is the last day of my class. They're trying to do. Yep, the program is trying to derail me again, like it did with my senior year of high school. It derailed me because the same person who's telling me to forget about college, right, was the same person who got me on the streets on May 5th, 2012, the Saturday, with his girlfriend and her family, saying that there's something wrong with me because my father's girlfriend provoked her tenant's boyfriend who recently came out of jail or prison. I saw her went up to the man's face and started talking nasty to him, cursing him and saying stuff then to provoke him. And she didn't know how to defend herself in front of him. So she made herself look silly, and she wants to find someone that she can blame, and that was me. I was the person that she can escape from. What is this here? What is going on here? Why is it that she's trying to escape? Escape what she did by pinning it on me and making me look like that I'm the one who did something wrong when she's the one who did something. She's the one who behaved incorrectly. She wasn't behaving civilized in front of the man. You can't. Why would you? Why would your mind tell you to provoke the gentleman like that? Curse at him and say inappropriate words to him. That's really uncivilized for a business, a homeowner. She's a homeowner, and she's talking to her tenant's boyfriend like that. That's why he's behaving that way. And I don't need to. It's none of my business. It's her business. She's the owner of the house. And then she called her family over, and her brother saying, "Oh, that's not right. bro. That's not right, bro. And my mom on the phone saying, don't you listen to him, Andrew. Don't you listen to him, you know, because it's making me look like I'm the one who did it. She's escaping what she did and pinning it on me, like I'm the one who's misbehaving. And then he brought the rest of her family over, and they're talking negative about me, like saying, "Oh, I'm 19 years old." That was 2000 May 5th, 2012. That Saturday. I'm 19 years old. I can have my own place by myself. Self. I can work a full time job. How? When I'm still a senior in high school, I have 1 month and 2 weeks left before I graduate high school with a diploma. My senior of high school with a high school diploma. So why is they so interested in derailing? Why they're so interested in derailing me? And to make it even worse, they're conspiring to take away my laptop with all of my personal information. What I mean is my homework. I have all of my homework assignments on my I have my homework assignments, my exams for my living environment exam for my living environment regions, and they want to take it away from me. And she took my computer. Regina's sister took away my laptop. She said it's hers. It's not mine's. My father too broke to pay for it. You know, and then they threatened me. They said they're gonna dismember my body. They're gonna put it in a black bag. They're gonna tell my mom that I actually moved to Manhattan, when in reality, they actually dismembered my body. They killed me off and dismembered my body in different parts of New York City. That's what they said to me. It's wild. Because to listen to my father, the same person who threw me out during on a Saturday, and knowing that I'm a full-time high school student, why should I listen to him about just stop going to school? You need a place, you need a roof over your head, you're going to be homeless. Because even if I had a place, I may not be able to afford a place in a couple of months, and I could still end up in the same predicament. Because the reason why I'm going to college is to get my high school, my college degree, is to get my college degree. Without my college degree, how am I supposed to get a job? It wouldn't make sense to, for someone who's close to graduating. As you can see here, the degree progress, very close to graduating. Why would I stop? Why would I just stop here? You know? And it says here, what it says here, upper classification, upper senior. Why would I stop going to college when I'm on here, what it says here, upper senior? What's the purpose? What's his purpose of communicating like that to me? Because he's not there to socially support me. And that's, like I said on the video, when I came here on November 16th to my mom's apartment on November 16th, 2019, when she was among the living, I said that the program was to derail me. It does not want me to finish school. I said pass or fail. All it cares about is putting me in a predicament where I end up homeless on the streets. That's all it cares about. So why should I end up homeless on the street to make my father, my psychopathic father, happy? He's not in his right mind. He's not talking sane. So I guess I had to go back to living in a shelter and applying for jobs and going to different job training programs that HRA send me, so I can make them happy. But then again, they know that I'm a full-time college student. So if I mess up with my college, that means I mess up with my food stamp and also my cash assistance. They can reduce my food stamp and take away my cash assistance, because they see that I have not made any, that I stopped going to school, because my HRA is in contact with my school and also the court. So I should just stop, And this is the same. My father is the same person. As you can see this video here, my father is the same person that said to me, if I ever been with a woman before, and I'm going to be 31 years old. Like the way he talked to me, like like he's omnipotent, like he's the one who make, as if he's the one who make choices for myself, for me as a human being. Like he's God. And just like my mom acts like she's a goddess. And when I think more about how my father talked to me about, oh, if I have any friends, I learned he's discriminating against me. He discriminates. That's discriminate, because he's comparing me with other people who are better situated than me and who have a social life, right? They have people that they can interact with, and I don't. And his objective is to isolate me further, knowing that I'm closer. I'm one step closer to actually being on the street. I'm on the verge of being on the street. He's trying to make me feel completely helpless, right? Just like I said, March 9, 2022. He mentioned to me, if I have a place, I mean, if I could pay, if I can pay for the apartment, you need to get a job. You need to get a job. He repeats it. You need to get a job. Let me finish what I had said earlier on. You need to get a job. You need to get a job. You need to get a job. Just repeats it constantly. So when I said that to my cousin on April 5th, 2022, that was a Tuesday, she said, "Oh, he have good memory. He memorized what he, his father did call me at that time. She said I have good memory, and that's what makes me autistic." Because that's what he said to me. He said to me, I need a job." But I just recovered at that time. I'm recovering from COVID. My mom gave me COVID, and she passed away from COVID. That's how strong the coronavirus that she got is. The Omicron. That's a really strong virus. It actually took her out, and it also, I was in the bed. I couldn't even feel my body, and I couldn't even taste anything or smell anything, and I kept having diarrhea. My stomach kept hurting me, and I'm slowly recovering. Slowly recovering from the coronavirus, and it's March. And my family in March 2022, my family said I need to get a vaccine, forcing me to get a vaccine, even though I'm trying to recover. And I don't think my body, was recovering because I was sick with something else besides the coronavirus. You know, August 2021, out of nowhere, I got sick. And I had to go to the doctor September 10th, 2021. My mom helped me, get to the doctor. She's the one who helped me because I wasn't feeling good. That's how bad it was. My body was burning up. My throat was burning every single day. I'm talking about every day. It was not a single day it was not burning. Every single day my throat was burning like crazy. And I couldn't sleep. Burning sensation, my throat. I still have it now, but not as bad as 2021. You know? But anyway, my father, he's discriminating against me since he's able to receive social support from people because he lives in a house with people, and I don't think he pays that much money. He pays some rent here and there because he's living in my mom's family place. And I didn't even know that until he tells me. He said that to me. Was it last year, fall 2020? Yeah, I believe it was fall. No, it was early this year. He said to me, he took me over there to Ozone Park. This is Queens, no, Queens, New York City. And he said to me, "Have your mom ever brought you to this house?" I said, "No." "Yeah, your mom used to live here. Did you know that? She used to live here." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Why? I asked him, "Why are you asking me this question?" Why? He's asking me if my mom ever showed me this house. I said, "Why are you asking me that question?" And he said to me, "I'm not asking you a question. I'm just saying if your mom." Well, that is a question. Are you? He's gone psycho. But anyway, I'm not too sure that I'm gonna, be able to finish my college because the program is interested in derailing me. Unless I, it's ridiculous. Why not? I mean, my school is only a few blocks away. I walk to school, and I'm being told, it's ridiculous. Everything is so close by, and I have to be derailed. It's madness. And then he's calling me retarded, making insults. Obviously, I know I'm not retarded. Obviously, he's just putting words into my mind. That's it. He's there to make me feel completely helpless and make me feel as if like I don't have the intelligence to think, that I'm not good at making decisions, right? And that's what the family, my cousins, are putting in my father's mind and the rest of the family. Like I can't make decisions on my own. When in fact they can't make decisions on their own. They're socially dependent. Without the multi-agent quantum AI computers, giving them people to by means making people interact with them, they would never be able to afford a house or have a job. They would be in the same predicament as me. But you know what I mean by same predicament, having people have attitudes toward them. Everybody has an attitude towards me. And and my family, they look at the way I behaved when I was a kid. They saw I was a quiet kid, and then also a teenager. They saw I was well behaved, so they actually interpret my quietness and my well mannered behavior as being autistic. They think that type of yeah, they think that that the reason why I behave that way and the way I'm quiet means that I'm autistic. I don't know how to communicate with people. There's something wrong with my communication skills, and they hear that I'm in the same predicament all the time. It gives the program the authority to rule out for them that I must be autistic. That's all it cares about, right? Making me look like a person who's not verbal, or or being able to socialize with others. Like something's wrong with my social skills. That's all they care about. And that means that the purpose of them thinking this way is to completely isolate me off, right? So I wouldn't interact with no one. It's to break my sanity, and it's not working because they keep repeating the same thought process. They have the same thought process. All of them think alike, and they repeat the same words over and over. So it makes me it's obvious. It's too obvious that they're behaving this. That someone's making them behave this way, and that's why. And I'm trained. I train my brain to understand these behaviors. As a person who studies psychology, I try to train my brain not only to understand these behaviors, try to understand my environment. Why am I in this environment where I have to be, where I can't concentrate, where I have to be in this, why my living conditions have to be like this. I have to train my brain to understand them so I can, make myself come to that point when I am in that predicament where I had to be told that I had to be homeless in the street. I could confront the people and ask them why they're behaving this way. And if they actually exhibit some violent behaviors, I can pull out my camera and record them and expose them. That this is against the way they behave is not only is against the law. Besides the court, I'm talking about behavior, the way they communicate with me. They're not supposed to communicate in such a way because they don't really know anything about me, and that they're trying to they're interested in telling others about me. But anyways, 11:46. uh, Thank you for listening. And as you know, I don't know if I'll finish this college. you know every time I do something positive, I always end up getting derailed. It's pretty sad that these human beings are thoughtless. That's how I have to put it. They're thoughtless. And that's one of the reasons, and not only thoughtless, they're not in their right mind. And that's one of the reasons why the program can, take advantage of the people. Um, all right. So yeah, thank you for watching.